Like Evan said, we've been traveling the country for a little bit here now, and we've been to quite a few open mic nights, and this one has to be my favorite so far. You guys have been really welcoming, and it's been really full of positive energy. It's been really great for what we're doing with this project. But before I tell you what we're about, I have to ask you guys one question. Don't you think that everybody deserves to be treated well? If there was more respect for everybody else in the world, there would be less hatred. It sounds so simple, yet it hasn't been simple yet, and I think it's because of fear. Couples are afraid to say I love you to each other so quickly in the relationship because it's all part of a dating game. But when you're dating somebody, you already have an attraction, so there's already, a purpose to be with them. And if you want to continue that relationship, there should be love in the first place. That's it. That's pretty much simple. But then there's also men are afraid to express love for other men, which is because it could be seen as gay. But the truth is that our hearts don't see gender. They only see other hearts amongst everybody else. And the last thing that I can touch on is that some people think that being a loving person is weak, but a person is only as weak as they let themselves to be. When we first started out on this project, I didn't know how to explain what Pledge2Love was because there's so much that I wanted to say to everybody and express it, but I've come down to a simple answer that is pretty much just to cut all the bullshit. Like, we don't need to play any of these games, we just have to live life and be real people. And we're going to do that by, going out there, being real, talking to everybody, telling how much you love them, and just stop playing games pretty much is what the basis is. My team and I are here to make love cool and to stop all the race, all the things about religion or gender or sexual orientation. It's all about just living life, loving each other, and striving to be respectful human beings. And that's what we're doing with this project. And we're going around the country interviewing people on their perspective on love and life and positive energy and everything. This is really important to us, and I feel like it's really important to the world right now that we all need love and just need to be treated equally. And that's pretty much the basis of it.
Welcome back to Pledge2Love. Since our last episode, we had visited sunny Florida. What you just saw was my speech at Sacred Grounds Coffeehouse in Tampa. While at Sacred Grounds, we met James, an inspirational individual who through many obstacles is still full of positive energy. We had the pleasure of sitting down with James one-on-one, and he discussed his stories of love.
Love is a big, big thing. It encompasses a lot. There's friendship type of love, there's relationship type love, there's all these different kinds of love, and I'm really open to talking about love because I'm a person of love. I love everyone and everything that comes my way, for the most part. We all have instances where we don't love something. That's neither bad nor good, that's just the way life is. Someone may treat you badly or something, and you can't find it in your heart to love someone. To answer your question, I don't know why it's so hard for people to talk about love. You ask me and I have no answer. Do you mind if I show a little of my story? I have a disability that is cerebral palsy. It is a neuromuscular disability that, for me, affects my fine motor skills and my speech. Very early on, I realized that kids for me, they would stare at me, gawk me. I didn't know what that meant. But as I got older and I began to understand what they were doing was really hurtful, it started to get to me. It got to me so much that I fell into a very, very deep depression. Everyone was laughing at me and stuff. I'll be honest with you, I have attempted suicide multiple times because I haven't felt the love. When I got to college, things changed. I realized that there were people out in the world who were intelligent, who did want to get to know me, who did want to be my friend. And since college, I've realized my younger years were really hard. I mean, if you picked on and left us your whole life, can you blame me for wanting to die? I tried to radiate love. Even when I was young, I tried to always carry myself with a smile. But what no one knew, not even my parents, knew that I was severely depressed. Because I didn't want people to see that side of me. I wanted people to see the happy-go-lucky James you see right now. I was hiding for a very long time, and that killed me, having no one to talk about that. More recently, we've all heard about the kid who was taped having sex, and the tape was leaked on the internet, and he killed himself. We as a society have to learn that love is the answer. And that person who videotaped him respected and loved his friend, this would have never happened. When I found out about that, my heart broke because I'm a gay male, and I've had friends out me in front of random people. It still kills me to this day when I'm outed when I don't really want to be outed. It's like a shot to the heart. So when you're younger than me and you're still struggling with your sexuality, I can't even fathom what was going on in their heads. It was its own private doing, and it didn't have been leaked out online. Where's the love in that? If we really loved and respected one another, none of this would happen. Wars wouldn't be happening. Fighting against religions wouldn't happen. We'd all be one happy family. Still to this day I get marked at and stared at. I'm like, guys, come on, it's 2013. Use your freaking brains. I'm walking, I'm talking. Yes, I may sound different, but if you take time to listen to what I'm saying, not just hearing me, if you listen to the words that I say, you will find out that, hey, he's a hell of a nice guy. But if you're just hearing me, you will stereotype me and say, oh, he must be a retard. And people just pass me off as a retarded handicapped person. And I'm not. I have a freaking master's degree. Can't be retarded with a master's degree. Sorry! There's this one organization who I used to work for. I don't have any time anymore. But this organization originally called NCCJ, the National Conference for Community and Justice, which has now localized and become Community Tampa Bay. They have a program called Anytown. Anytown is a phenomenal experience. What happens is, let's say they were doing a Harrisburg County Anytown. They would take 50 high school students from another county, bring them together to this Anytown experience. What we basically do is for 5 days, we break down the barriers, we break down stereotypes, and we build up their acceptance and love, and by the end of 5 days, these strangers are now best of friends.
Cool.
And they become like an army to fight racism, bigotry, discrimination, and their schools and throughout the community.
Cool.
The programs like Anytown are all around the country. Dr. Roy Kaplan brought the Anytown program to Tampa in 1992, and he was one of my co-directors in 1999. I remember the second day of Anytown. I hated it. I wanted to go home. So I went to Roy. I'm like, Roy, I'm not having fun. Let me please call home and go home because I'm not enjoying it. It's like, James, you cannot go home. I will not let you use the paper nor anything. I was really confused. But in the next 3 days, it turns into the best experience of my life. Because it made me more accepting. It made me realize people that care about me, that I was worth something. See, love can do that. Love can show people that they're worth something. And that to me is so beautiful. And that is why we need to promote love instead of hate. If we promote love, how many kids will decide not to kill themselves because they are loved? When I was younger, I had trouble eating and drinking. My mother, bless her heart, she would have to spend 3 hours a meal trying to feed me. She would take 1 hour off to rest. She would make my meal, feed me for 3 hours. She says this day in and day out. Without that unconditional love, without that amazing perseverance and not wanting me to give up and be the best that I can be, I don't know if I'd be the person I am today. My parents and I don't see eye to eye all the time, but I know they love me because who would spend the whole day feeding me? So that's the best story of love that I have is the doctor said I would never walk nor talk. My parents pushed me until I was able to walk and talk. That's unconditional love. And that made me who I am today. Even though we argue a lot, I still owe it to them. If they didn't push and love me as much as they did, I probably wouldn't be on the show right now. Honestly. And that's my story.
The three of us found James' energy infectious. Be sure to check out his TED Talk, Disabled, I Don't Think So, at the end of this month.
Stay tuned for more posts and interviews as we continue making our way across the country.
Thank you for watching and continue to support Pledge2Love.com. See you later.
Well, a cold cup of coffee never fooled anyone. And I know that I never touched the surface of the sun. But if my soul was cold and your mouth was dry, would you take up my cup and give me a try? Oh, give me a try. Just give me a try. Well, you saw this as a game, but I saw you as a threat. And Lord knows we can't live this life in the past or in regret. But if you think I never thought about those words, I must admit that every minute of every hour I think of how I could have handled it. Oh, why do we try to run and hide from the things that keep us warm inside? And do you ever wonder why the stars still shine to remind us of what's behind? Now we'll all be just fine, we'll be just fine. Well, press play at the beginning and take me to the heart, because this whole time that you've been winning, I've been trying to find the start. Oh, and teach me all the things I seem to have forgot, because I know I'm worth much more as opposed to what I'm not. Oh, and why do we try to run and hide from the things that keep us warm inside? And do you ever wonder why the stars still shine to remind us of what's behind? Now we'll all be just fine, we'll be just fine. Well, when the monkey said the sage said, let's have a little fun, was he living in the moment or just thinking of what's to come? And when the king lost his crown, was the battle really won? Or was the war still raging? Well, he thought of what he could have done. What he could have done. Well, just look me in the eyes and tell me I'm the one. And don't you act surprised when there's more work to be done, because once the day is through and once all those words are sung, it's you that I want with me, watching the setting sun, the setting sun. Now words are just a game, and life is just for fun. So don't put me to shame over what have undone, because this bond will be unbroken as life has just begun. So let the good words be spoken, or let there be none. And why